Do you know what placebo is? Let me try to give you a brief explanation. Let's say that we have a patient. That patient needs some medicine. So we don't give him that medicine. We perhaps give him some sugar pills or something. The important thing is that he will not get that medicine, but he will think that he got the medicine. Well, the chances are good that he will get better. And the other way around is also true. We have a patient who needs some medicine, and we give him that medicine. But the patient must believe that we gave him nothing, or that the medicine we gave him does not work. That patient will most probably get worse. That's called nocebo. So we know about placebo and nocebo effect for quite a long time. We have a lot of studies about it. Or better, we don't have a lot of studies about it. We have a lot of statistical data about it. Why don't we have a lot of studies about it? Because the official mainstream science and official mainstream medicine will never, I guess, admit that placebo and nocebo are true effects, because then they would have to consider that our body is not merely a physical body, but there is perhaps something else going on. Let me give you a first-hand story about these effects. When I was a child, I was often ill. Not all the time, but often. And every time I would not feel okay, I would tell my parents that I'm not feeling okay. And they would say, "Oh, poor child, lay down." Mother would prepare me some tea. They would take my temperature. Father would bring me some pills, because he always had all the right pills for all the right possible illnesses. And every time, no matter what it was, I was in bed for a few days or maybe a week. But then I was starting to grow up. And when I was around 10, there were instances when I was not feeling okay, but the next day there was something important or something interesting going on. And I knew that if I will be sick, I will miss that. So I was pretending that I'm okay. I would tell to myself, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. Maybe I would secretly take an aspirin before I would go to bed. And the next day, I was okay. And that happened quite a few times. If I didn't tell anybody, so nobody felt sorry for me, if I repeated to myself, I'm gonna be okay. And yes, usually I took one aspirin during that day. The next day, I was fine. So I told my parents. I told them, whenever I say that I'm sick, I get sick. When I don't want to get sick, I don't get sick. And from then on, I refused to take the temperature. Never did. Never again, except a few times, but just for fun. I also did not want anybody to feel sorry for me. So I still, if it was at all possible, I did not show that I'm sick, but sometimes it was obvious. But I never wanted anybody to feel sorry for me. My instances when I was sick went down dramatically. And even when I was sick, because sometimes you cannot, the next day it's not better, but I was never sick more than 2 or 3 days, that's it. And I understand that not everybody does this, and not everybody should do this, but it is so unordinary, but it was so effective that my mother talked about that until she died. She talked about that 30 years after it happened. She knew that I'm always doing that, and even when I was a grown up and we would talk on the phone and she would say, "Are you okay?" And I said yes, and she said, "Okay, I know that even if you are not okay, you would not admit it." I felt like she was proud of me. But I'm not saying that everybody should do this. If you have to go to the doctor, go to the doctor. What I'm saying is that no matter if you go to the doctor or if you stay at home, the difference between I will be okay and I feel sorry for myself because I'm sick, that difference makes all the difference. So you see, people who always worry that they are gonna be sick, every illness that comes out, they will most certainly have it. Everybody is sick sometimes, but they don't understand how much do they increase the possibility that they will get sick just by worrying that they will get sick. Because I will mention briefly something else, that it's not strictly medical placebo nocebo effect, but still. Did you ever had a chance to observe a group of people when we go on a vacation, we go camping, and there are usually kids playing around, and when you have a situation where you have one family, their child, and that family is constantly reminding that child, be careful, you can fall, you will hurt yourself, be careful, watch what you are doing. And then you have another family also with the child, and they leave their child to play, and then at a certain point somebody is screaming, somebody hurt himself. Can you guess which child it is? Now let us get back to the medical placebo and nocebo effect, and to the notion that the mainstream science does not care about these effects. And we should only wish that it is true that the mainstream science doesn't care about that. Because what I want to talk about now, it may be a little controversial, but from my point of view it is true. I'm gonna talk about the campaign on the tobacco products. We all know, and I certainly don't want to deny it, that tobacco is not good for our health. But first, they put it in descriptions what cigarettes or any other tobacco product can do to us, and then they put it pictures about these effects. Again, I'm not denying the negative effects that tobacco products have on us. I'm just saying that these campaigns are reinforcing the negative effects, because if you were lucky enough, the tobacco products did not affect you in a serious manner. You were lucky. But then they had to remind you all the time when you have such a product in your hand that you will get sick. If they don't know about nocebo effect, then they should know it. They should inform themselves, and they should correct what they did. And if they know about the nocebo effect, then I have no comment. But on this channel we are not talking about who did what to whom. We are talking about what you can do for yourself. Now that you know about placebo and nocebo effect, now you can help yourself getting healthier. You can repeat to yourself, I am healthy, or I will get healthy. So you can think yourself into being healthier, and be vigilant not to think yourself into getting sick. But I do have to mention something. Sometimes our life path needs us to be sick. So if you are doing everything you can not to be sick, and you anyway get sick, don't be angry, don't be mad, don't be sad. If you did what you could and you are still sick, there are other reasons why you are sick, reasons we will not talk about today. The important thing is that you know that you did your best to feel as good as possible, because why not? So my friend, I wish you all the health in this world. But now you know that in order to achieve health, you have to wish that to yourself.